Broken Worlds, Exalted, Skeleton Keys. This is episode 12. I'm Devin, the referee, and to my left we have Explain Why.
Nicole playing Dr. Burrell.
Kevin playing Poison Orchid.
Alright, gang. So, who wants to recap what happened last session?
We set up a base camp at the Rules former academy, and we took care of some of the hungry dead outside. And we delved in, made a few mistakes with the seal holding everything in, and had to deal with whatever it was that popped out.
That's right, you guys have set up your base camp and you're starting to tear your way through this old, strange, supernatural lair.
Yes.
Okay, alright, so, before you is the entrance to the fortifications of the Rule. It's a dungeon, almost, for you to delve into.
Oh no.
Check for traps.
There are so many. So, it's you two. Who are you bringing down here? Is it you, your gang, and Absolute Bastard?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't really have any other named people.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Alright. You guys head down the steps. They are sheer and have like a very steep slope, or like they're very like, they have like a steep slope to them. Like if you miss a step, you just start tumbling down and it would suck. They're not like long steps, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're steep steps.
If you fall, you will fall forever.
Hey, like I said before, this was a 3 or 4 men abreast, so it's actually a very large entrance. So you guys start heading on down. The walls in here are markedly different from what you'd expect. They're made of polished stone. There are lots of like signs of wear and tear. There are signs of fire here, like burns and scorches, but there's carvings and bas reliefs that have been pried off. There's signs that valuable things used to be here and were removed. And Absolute Bastard's just kind of giving a smile when you look at it and look back to him. He's been here. He's stolen all the things. It's where I got my sword from. But yeah, eventually you hit the main floor, the base floor of what he calls the treasure section. And this is a large underground mausoleum, very different from the style that the entire campus was built on. This is almost, it has a very Egyptian feel, like very southern desert. Like there's large arches and the polished stone has a very marble and limestone feel to it. Very reflective. There's light down here. Sconces that are lit with red flame that don't give off any like smoke or oil burn. And walls that are just stacked with what looks like people-shaped sort of caskets.
The Rule was a southern-based cult before it came down here, wasn't it?
No.
Huh.
No. Rich people just showed up.
Well, I guess eternal life and whatnot is a very southern concept. So.
This feels familiar to you, though, Orchid.
Oh, yes.
Just flashes, familiarity, deja vu, the way this tomb is built.
Can I take a moment to meditate on it and just try to remember?
You're going to query the cosmos?
Yes.
Do it. Talk to the Neverborn.
Yes.
Pet the cow. Do it now.
So yeah, Orchid just kind of stops where he is, sits down on the floor, and just kind of shuts everything out. Or crouches down on the floor because he is huge and gangly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that is 10.
Perfect. So, query the cosmos meditation. You sort of like your cast mark shines and kind of does that like almost yin yang rotation of the different swirls and colors in it as you kind of look inside your memories and call out to the Neverborn for help parsing together forgotten and lost things.
Mm-hmm.
And you see tombs and cathedrals like this dotting old, burned-out landscapes with statues and mausoleums and large bas-reliefs carved into it of suns and pyramids and god kings with golden skin and fire in their eyes.
Remnants of the old world.
Yeah, it's very sun cult in here.
Interesting.
And it kind of perks your mind when you look over at Absolute Bastards or a Chalcum Diclave. Clearly the weapon of a Sun King that he stole from here. It all kind of starts... The nature of this tomb starts to pierce itself together.
Oh. I see. One of you was down here. Very interesting.
Who do you say that to? No one?
Yeah, I think me and Absolute Bastards both look at each other like, huh?
Where did you find your weapon?
Well, this?
Yes.
There's a central dais beyond the trap field where there's a statue without a face. It was embedded into it. I took a pry bar and took it out.
Can you take us there?
Oh yeah. There's some stuff there I wanted to grab too, but I just couldn't make my way back after the Guardians got up.
We'll be removing everything from this tomb.
Guardians?
Yeah, they're everywhere. You'll see them.
Are they in all these caskets?
No, these are rule cultists.
Okay.
They're entombed in mud that's been baked. Like actual mud from creation.
Mummification, I suppose.
Yeah, they're ghosts though, so if you crack them open, ghost stuff will pour out of them. They get all sugar watery if you leave them in there too long, like honey.
Just tap one open.
He walks up to one, and he actually has like a spigot in his his fanny pack essentially of gear, and just takes a small hammer and slams into where the head would be, and it starts dripping out like sap from a tree.
Huh.
He puts it in he has a little bowl and throws it over to you.
Gonna drink that down.
It tastes like ghost corpus, but it's sweet like honey. You know what that is?
What is it?
Oh shit, what's the word they have for it? Fuck. That's pure fetter. All their hopes and dreams and things they loved, themselves and money, coagulate into their essence. It's a real high for ghosts.
We're keeping these. Most of them. Some we can sell off for an exorbitant sum.
Yeah, they thought they'd get a next life. They didn't.
They'll serve something greater, at least.
He pulls that spigot out and puts he has a cork from a bottle. He just kind of nudges in there. Don't want to waste it.
No, we do not. Delicious ghost juice. Ecto cooler.
Ecto cooler.
Alright. Well, I guess we keep going to wherever this dais he's talking about is. What are the Guardians, though?
Okay, so I'm just opening my little notes on this place. So yeah, this place is a very southern, anathema tomb to it. So there's lots of gold filigree and brass and carvings and white stone to reflect light. Let's see. So there are wall reliefs that if you get too close, they start to gout flame out from internal valves and mechanisms. And he's just God, you can't go through here when it's doing that. It'll just keep doing that forever. There's a disarming thing in a different part of the tomb. There are certain tiles, if you step on them, they hurl you into the ceiling.
Okay.
And there's drinkers in here.
Drinkers.
They're these big things, and they drink from you.
Vampires aren't a thing.
Yes, they
outside of
are.
what I am, but
Vampires are totally a thing. There's so many different flavors of vampire.
drinkers. What do they look like?
They look like maggots, but they're rubbery, very wet.
Disgusting.
Did you try to say leeches?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, they buried the taxmen down here too. I see.
Right?
Oh, the parasite says.
The parasite says.
Yeah, we'll just keep going, I suppose. Avoiding the various traps, since Absolute Bastard seems to know where and what they are.
All right. All right. So, this place is meandering. Like, there's no really where to go. Like, there's no clear direction where you want to be going. There's all treasure in here. Like, you can see like small cups full of jade script that have been bundled up. You can see, there are bathtubs that are just full of wine that have just been left here to sit.
It's the Sun King's tomb, so it doesn't really need to have a reason to it. It just needs to hold their worldly goods.
Yeah, I pull from here, and then eventually I'll just leave when it gets too hairy. But there's more to the place. I just don't know where you'd be looking. This is like a geomancy thing, right? Like you're looking for the heart of it?
Yes.
Yeah, I've never found the heart.
Walking around here, the halls, since I know of Sun King things, obviously, is there a reason to it? Is there a pattern? Is there...
Ooh, that sounds like that'd be... How would you want to go about it? How would you want to figure this out on your own?
If I can find the tomb of who was buried here and find something sympathetic to them, I can probably read to find out what they were like.
That was his sword, probably.
Oh yes, the sword that's right there.
Yeah, okay. He just kind of sinks it into the ground and just like, yeah, have at it.
Yeah, I will use a power die and query the cosmos. Figure out what this fucker was like, and that is 12.
Okay, 12 on query. On what was this?
Yeah, I'm meditating on the sword for query the cosmos.
Okay, so you're using your occult,
yeah,
never-born connection.
yeah, trying to connect to who this person was.
No anathema was buried here, but it's made in the style of an anathema tomb. As a way to sort of promote that kind of... You could feel that connection to like that pride and vainglory and ostentatiousness. Like, what would a rich peasant, what would a rich, spiritually ignorant person want more than to be buried in the tomb in the same style that the god kings were?
Wow, that is heretical. Is there someone they were trying to copy, or...
It looks like these are all like conflicting ideas of what an anathema tomb would look like.
Can I separate them and try to figure out if there's a method to this madness, or if it's just, or a central point?
If you're trying to find kind of like the tug of where the mance's like heart is, you can get a general sense of it just from kind of following the energy of the room, just with your meditation.
Okay. Yeah, that's exactly what I will do.
All right. You guys progress forward and you hear them. They're moving through the ceiling. There's pipeworks behind the walls. There's grates on the floor where things spill into. There's things moving all around you, following you. So eventually they're going to try and get you.
Is this not still on fire everywhere down here, right?
There is actually fire down here.
But is it so much on fire that I can't hide?
No, there are shadows. Stark, baroque shadows.
I'm going to... into the shadows.
Shushy noise and disappear.
Yeah.
I mean, making more noise would probably hide your escape. Alright, I'm going to have my men, my spearmen, kind of take that whole, spears out in both directions.
Ready to throw down?
Yeah.
Okay. As you wait and you hear things moving about, you're hiding?
Yeah.
Alright. Eventually, there's kind of like a moment of absolute silence, or like where you don't hear anything. And one of the statues kind of starts to shake a little bit, and a thing bursts out from behind it and tries to grab one of your guys. They're all ready for it. It is large and man-shaped, and it looks like it's just like a bipedal leech.
Oh.
Yeah. Exactly what it says on the tin. Like it has arms and legs, and they're tipped with leech maws and stuff, and it has a giant leech mouth flatworm head full of teeth. And it looks like it's there's something wrong with it, quote unquote, in that it looks like it's been drinking ghost essence.
Oh.
Makes sense. It's hungry, and that's what's around.
Yeah, it bursts out and starts to like come at your men, and then other ones start to like seize their way out of the grating and stuff.
Okay.
What will you guys do?
So it's a group, or
It's leech monsters.
okay.
How do you want to deal with leech monsters? Do you want to run away? Do you want to send them somewhere? Do you want to murder them? This is all up to you. It's all on your initiative, on your mode of operation.
So we specifically had a big thing of salt up top, didn't we? You mentioned
Yes,
that.
you did, yeah, because you were salting this place to like keep shit out.
So we have salt with us, I assume, for further
Oh,
salting?
probably, yeah. Oh, Lord, yes.
I will draw back and command my men to start throwing salt.
All right.
Just picturing them being super sassy. You're like, no, literal, not figurative.
My God. So, what do you want hucking salt at the leech monsters to do?
Might.
How do you want to deal with them?
I want to drive them back, make them afraid of us.
That sounds like it could be overcome, but there's another thing for it.
Bend well.
Bend their will. Find your will to live. Plus heat.
Perfect.
You rolled double sixes, plus 3 heat.
10 plus. All right. So yeah, leveraging the fact that you have things they hate. Salt, which also hurts their ghost parts.
Oh, good.
They all start shrieking and backing away and giving you all space.
Excellent.
You all seemed armed, so they're not quite attacking you at the moment.
Keep the salt out. Throw it in on occasion.
All right, you got these hissing things. They're hanging back, maybe 4 or 5 men's worth, like steps, but like they're at bay and not wanting to engage you, and your guys are like salting them back.
There were like those fire gouts around here, weren't there?
There are.
I'm gonna look at you because you're hidden, and thus can activate things.
Yeah, how do the fire gouts...
There's an activation thing for it.
Yeah, I'll do that.
So like you guys are gonna lead them directly into a kill corner,
Yeah, since they're following us around, being like, we're not gonna attack you yet.
being xenomorphs.
Yeah.
All right, you guys go to 2 statues of firebirds, like they're kind of built into like a totem pole corner of the room. And as soon as you go by, you hit the plate or whatever for it, and from their beaks gout out walls of flame, and they all start screeching, and immediately the water inside them starts hissing and evaporating and boiling.
They shrivel up.
Yeah, they die.
Perfect.
All right. Yes, this tomb is it's very much built on like circle principles, like it's concentric circles going out, and there's arches everywhere, and there's like underlevels and upper levels. So you're just kind of going around as you're following and like dealing with those things.
Mm-hmm.
But there's statues. There are clearly temples here that have all been like disfigured and damaged. There's stone walls that have like offerings that have been kind of pocketed inside the wall and like sealed up with like clear resin. There's more of those like melanin, like it's a type of mummy, like the sugar mummies.
Mm-hmm.
There's lots of those kind of just piled up against the wall, entombed. And every once in a while you see like the kind of vague, mindless ghosts of them that didn't quite all the way go, so they're kind of like half dripping honey and half person, like lurching around.
Oh god.
I can eat them.
Yeah, you could eat them. They're very gummy. And yeah, eventually you find you sort of have to go from the top and corkscrew around, even though it's very open design. and there's a sort of underpart to the center of the design of the tomb, to where there would be that large tomb where Absolute Bastard pried out the sword, but under it, and then you have to go back and around, and it's a little confusing. There is a vault, and I will. So we're back. As I was saying, it is a vault. So this is a large concave, like it's a bent wall. Like it's a wall that has like a curve to it. Like it wraps around wall.
Yeah.
Like you go down and the wall wraps around like a mural.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. It's super wide because it takes up half of the takes up the whole side of the room. Like it's half. Like if it's a cylinder, half of that cylinder is this wall.
Very descriptive.
And it's super tall.
Super tall.
Yeah, like if you think what you think is tall, it's taller than that. Maybe an amount of feet that would be really high, like 5 or 6 people tall. And the entire wall is made of complicated-looking locking mechanisms and gearworks. The central kind of focus of it is all of the gearworks and whatnot has been made to kind of take the shape of like a body that's been impressed into it, made out of machinery. That's almost like it looks like it's been fossilized, but it's made out of the same material the rest of the wall is. It has like a face and an eye and stuff. And when you guys approach, there's like winding and clicking and the sounds of the entire wall moving as the figure in the center sort of shifts around to like look at you.
Oh, excellent. I do love puzzles.
Yeah, this is the part I could never get past.
Do you understand it at all, or is it simply...
No, it's like a thing that tries to kill you if you pick it. It's a lock.
That does sound like a lock.
Oh. All the treasure was like above, so I didn't bother.
Does it look like it has a keyhole?
When the large skeletal mouth, I think it looks like a fossilized machine skeleton, opens up, inside the mouth is clearly the keyhole.
We need to find a skeleton key.
Ah, look at that! Name of the game came up. Lamau.
Okay, so clearly there must be a key around here somewhere.
I looked. I never found one.
Ram that sword in there.
It's not really key shaped.
I mean, there's a smith, so we can't bend it to me. What's a metaphorical key or a...
He points at the mouth. It's but there's a lock right there.
I know, that could be a diversion quite easily.
Fair.
How did it try to kill you?
Oh, if we wait here too long, it'll start to breathe fire and throw bombs at us.
Oh, let's discuss this in,
A different chamber?
a different chamber.
You guys leave?
Yeah.
Before the boss music starts.
Right? Yeah, before the screen changes.
I could just get to the other side of the door, but I don't know if I would be able to open it from the other side.
And if it was dangerous back there, you would be trapped.
Exactly. So...
I don't suppose there's riddles written anywhere or something coy like that.
Not that I found. I did loot an awful lot of this place, though. Peeled a lot of the art off.
I do hope you didn't sell off a vital key to the...
Oh, I definitely did.
Oh, excellent.
I don't know if I sold off the key. I didn't find anything key-shaped. I mean, if I saw something key-shaped, I probably would have used it to open the door.
I don't suppose you missed any chambers. It doesn't seem like it.
I mean, we weren't really looking for a key at the time.
Should we retrace our steps and go looking for a key?
I guess.
We should make we should just try to figure it out.
I
Might
suppose.
not need a key. It might be like a thing.
Suppose if we can duck into the room quickly enough and then leave, we can examine things without setting it off.
It was all about, like, this is like mocking, not mocking, but imitating like a solar tomb, but it's not.
The figure built in the door looks a lot like the human Reaper hybrid from Mass Effect 2.
Oh. Lovely.
Just for aesthetics.
Like gremlinization a bit.
Well, it's just like a big, scary machine's Terminator skeleton. Not like it's evil. It just looks cool.
Oh yeah.
That's all.
Well, maybe you can sneak in and see if you can find anything in there.
Certainly am sneaky. Alright, yeah. I will, like, sneak into the room. And I'll actually, like, try to draw the wall.
Try to draw the wall?
Yeah, so we don't have to be in there while we're trying to figure it out.
Oh, like sketch it?
Yeah.
Huh.
I can just, like, hang from the ceiling and do it.
It's clever. And the thing can't see you. Or maybe it can. Maybe it's a contested thing. Don't you have a move for being a stealthy son of a bitch?
I have Close Eyes, Still Hearts.
What does that do, sneakers?
Journey to infiltrate, deceive, or pass undetected in order to accomplish a specific goal, such as eavesdropping for information, scouting an area, blah blah. And then I roll. And if I roll 10 plus, I'm undetected and I accomplish my goal. I'm 7 to 9.
Bad
You
stuff.
choose one of the options.
Well. Let's make it happen, Captain.
What is it? Is it just plus
Reflex.
8, 9, 10.
Oh. Alright, well, you have accomplished your goals.
Excellent.
So yeah, you come back with a full sketch of the door.
Right. Now we can figure this out. The room was empty other than the wall, right?
Yeah, it's just like steps leading down to it.
The only thing I could think of is if it's a kind of test of bravery thing where maybe the key's actually like inside the skull, so you have to like reach inside for it. But that seems too easy.
I mean, this was someone trying to copy a solar rather than someone.
We'll go for the gauchest option.
Yeah. Brimming with originality.
Might be the answer then. You know, touch your metal kind of thing.
Indeed, but then how would they get it if they wanted to enter?
Oh, we would attack them.
What would prevent it from attacking them then?
It would recognize them.
I suppose, if it's an intelligent thing.
It's pretty smart.
Not smart enough to reason with, most likely.
No, that'd be a mistake. You don't build your door to be able to be reasoned with.
Well, I guess we'll examine the sketch and see what we can figure out.
Alright, sure, I'll pause. It'll let me argue on the internet.
Okay.
We are back. So, what were you doing again? I trailed off.
We're examining the drawing to see if we can figure out anything about this.
It's a giant complex locking mechanism, and from what you're kind of looking at, if you were to start breaking things on it, you might be able to manually strip the gears and open the quote-unquote door.
Do we have to fight the wall?
Yeah, you have to fight the wall.
Oh, okay.
It throws bombs, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Is it stupid enough that if we were near its own mechanics, it would like throw bombs at itself?
Maybe. You might have to find out.
I mean, you are the nimbler of us two.
I am. Let's do that.
Okay, so what are you doing, Nicole? Or, Rufus. Rufus.
So Burrell is going to go into the room and get its attention.
Alright.
To basically try to goad it into shooting itself. Because it has a curved wall, so it could.
Okay. Let me, Whoa.
I was like, okay, maybe
Let me,
I should rethink this.
Let me pause. There we go. Seizure of power. from the terrible Resident Evil movie. Just awful.
The first one?
Any of them.
I can't argue that.
I'm going to take a moment to point out that the person who did the ADR dubbing in Resident Evil 1 did a bad job.
Yes.
Because Seizure of Power starts running this song, and they don't ADR anyone's voice in front of it, it's all behind it. And you can't understand what anyone's saying, you have to infer it. Like,
it's actually important. Like, they're actually having dialogue.
Like, I get it. He was probably told, hey, this movie's a piece of shit. It's the director and his wife just making a movie for themselves as a vanity project. Don't put too much effort in. But come on, man. Come on. I understand this was no Casablanca. This is a totally different movie. Anyway, you walk down the steps and get the wall's attention.
Yes.
Yeah, alright. It starts pulling itself from, like, the wall and, like, on a swivel and, like, monster skull looking down at you with its arms unfurling out.
Is it above me?
Yeah, it's like a big, giant wall thing.
Can I, like, look up and see if there's a key inside of its skull?
There is.
Yes!
Inside its skull, like, on a chain, is a key swinging inside the skull behind the eyes.
God, these people are assholes.
Alright. Oh, I love that. That's beautiful. I'm gonna get that fucking key, man.
Can you get that fucking key?
I'm gonna get that key.
Look and see you.
You can't see me. I'm gonna leave. I'd be like, whoa, 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 never mind. I didn't think you'd fight us. I'm so scared. I'm gonna run away.
Because you had to wait for it to fully unfurl, the door behind you, it looks like a series of stained glass gates have gone up.
Fuck. That's fine. I got this. I love that. Oh, no, I'm so scared.
Oh my god.
Oh, should we break those? Oh, they look expensive. No, it's fine.
They look expensive.
That one guy with his servants. Alright, so, I'm going to...
What?
Would that count as disarming?
Sure.
Yay.
Okay, well, what are you
I'm
gonna
just gonna
do?
attack it. I'm gonna reach out through violence, try to like attack it, kick it into the eye hole, so that like the air blast will knock the key off. Preferably so that when I land, I can grab it.
Alright, reach heaven through violence. And if you don't get if you get 7, 6, any of that.
Bombs.
Got a 7.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
It's still forceful though.
Yeah, so what happens on a 7, Nicole?
On a 7, I succeed. I get to roll to see if it is reeling, which it is. So yeah, I do that. It does 2 damage, but it is not disarmed.
Alright, so it reels back, the whole torso reels back and whatnot. There's gumball machines, how they have like all the tubes and stuff that roll around. Those are built into this thing, but the gumballs are like spheres made of metal and gel that are just rolling and get like it falls back and like hits one and like crimps it, so it just kind of stays there and you can't get it out. But okay, yeah, it takes 2 damage, sure. It only took 1 because it's huge.
So instead of falling to the ground, I want to grab onto the ledge of its eye hole. It's a skull, right?
Yeah, it's a giant skeleton torso.
Yeah, so I'm gonna grab onto its eye hole. Can I just crawl inside of it? It's turn or whatever.
It's gonna do a thing.
Yeah.
Let me just pause while I grab its things. Okay, so it's gonna retaliate against you, and you're gonna take 4 as it comes down with its giant skeletal steel hands and just initiates its crush move, which is it grabs you. You don't have the crippled and reeling tag. Or no, sorry, you have the crippled tag. Your legs aren't broken or anything, but the crippling is you've been pinned by it, by its hand.
I'm gonna use a power die to escape. Bye.
What is that? What's going on?
One moment, let me take a look.
Sure, I can pause. Alright, we're back. So you're not able to reflexively escape.
No, I was thinking Mantra Volvis, the empty one, which lets me go somewhere before next rest, but that's it's sneaking. It's not magically disappearing. That doesn't work.
Okay.
And then there's another one that is without trace, which I don't have, so I am fucked. Yeah.
Alright.
Shouldn't it have not been able to do damage, though?
Yeah, it didn't do its primary damage. Like, it's not mechanical like that.
What do you mean?
Like, its primary thing to do, which was throw bombs, it can't do. You wrecked it.
Okay.
There were leeches crawling around in the inner workings of this place, right?
Yeah.
Can we get back there? Like, can I start sending my gang members into the inside behind the walls and start fucking shit up for the skeleton?
Well, like, trying to crawl into this area?
Yeah. In the inner workings of this area, rather, and start fucking with the gears behind the walls.
So they're going to try and crawl into, like, the tube areas
And
and
start
stuff?
gremlining. Yeah.
That would probably be... Yeah, you'd have to, you know, order your gang around.
Yeah, dirty work.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm probably seeing this through the, you know...
Yeah, the glass.
I'm like, okay, you need to go. Get in there. Start messing things up. Do what you do.
We got it, boss.
Steal anything shiny.
Just gonna turn on lights now. Fucking sun.
That is...
See? To read? To die.
I mean, your computer's lit up, though.
Yeah.
Oh, his stuff.
That's ignoring it, cool. Have a heart.
I don't think I have any
My
boss.
leg hurts.
Well, turn the one behind your head then.
What? How would that...
Because then you'll be
Okay.
able to see it.
So that's a 7 to 9. So they perform the task, but they complain like hell and half-ass the job or screw it up somehow. They're not to the point of failure.
Okay. So, yeah, you guys start crawling in to start pulling things out of the wall and distracting the skeleton.
Mm-hmm.
As it's holding you and, like, you're, like, you know, struggling with it, you can see, like, out of the tubes, you see some of the gang guys, like, poke their heads out of, like, the tubes or near the gears. One of them kind of crawls out and is trying to, like, grab shit with a pry bar and spins a gear, gets caught into it and starts going through it. And, like, the skeleton's arm is seizing up a bit. So what do you do?
Escape? Like, am I able... Like, I'm pinned, though, right? So
Yeah,
how do
so-
I...
Well, how would you? Remember, you're thinking about it from the mechanics point of view. Go from the fiction point of view. It's holding you.
How big is it again? How big
It's
is
a
its
giant skeleton monster. Its head's big enough to be inside of.
I'm going to saw its fingers off with my fine guillotine.
Okay. So do you want to do that from... I don't know, I guess that'd be pure might. Right? That would just be like raw, like trying to tear through metal with metal.
Sure. I don't know. I might normal form on that.
It's probably plus whatever the equivalent of strength is. Let me look at might. I guess we'll pause again. Probably wasn't might, it was probably overcome body. Either way, you got 10 plus. So you're able to saw through the fingers that are holding you and to squirm your way out. Alright, you squirm your way free. You're free. Kevin, you guys are fucking around on it. One of them's getting kind of close to one of those gel bombs. What do you want to do?
I want him to sabotage that. I want him to set off as many of those as possible to create a chain reaction.
Okay, roll bossiness.
Alright.
Do you have the thing where they'll be suicidal for you?
No, I don't. I gotta figure out a way to do this without them being harmed. What do we have on us?
I mean, you could trick him into killing himself.
That seems evil.
Or just set like a little bit of a fuse type thing. Like you have fire,
Rope.
you have fire dust. Yes,
Oh, yeah.
Everyone has fire dust. We were talking about it. So just have them do like a little trail.
Yeah, actually.
Alright, have him roll boss.
Alright.
What was that?
3. So he fucks it up.
Oh.
Let's see what that does.
Yeah, I guess we'll repause. So many moves. Okay, we're back. So what happens is the dude is saying the fuse, and the other guy's like, "You're fucking doing it wrong." It's like, "I'm not doing it wrong. You're wrong. You were born wrong." and someone says your mother, and they start arguing and fighting while the wall's looking over at them, like not looking at you for the moment, and like kind of like trying to pull at the cage, and then they just start fist fighting in the middle of the cage, and it like one of its eyes starts to light up and starts spraying fire on them, and that blows up the bomb and sets off a chain reaction in the walls. You lose your gang for this fight.
Okay.
They blow themselves up.
Poison Rocket is just kind of staring through the stained glass at this. Takes a slow sip from his jug and just stares.
I guess you should take stamina damage because you and the gang are the same.
Yeah.
That seems fair. That seems equitable. 4? No, 3.
Okay. That burns through my stamina.
Yeah. So your gang just kind of burned up, and you don't have the group tag right now.
Oh wait, I have 1 more stamina, but yeah, okay.
Or it would have been 4, but you have group. Now it's 3.
Okay. Now I don't.
There it is. Okay, Nicole, what are you doing? That part of the wall blew up, and now it's looking back to you.
I'm going to try to crawl all up inside of it.
To get the key?
Yeah.
Getting the key. That sounds like agility.
Oh, hey, yay. I'm good at that.
Look at you. So, plus reflex.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Almost there. Alright, you got 1 hold. So, move over past your enemies unhindered. So you're going to crawl up inside and get the key?
Yes.
You do. You jump up into its mouth and go up into the skull, and you have the key.
Excellent.
Oh, it's going to do something.
I'm inside its head, so just let you know.
I know. I was just right there. Alright, it's, that wall that you're in front of goes down as from the blown open hole, a bomb rolls out into one of its hands.
Oh.
No. And it, hurls it at you.
Okay.
So, because of her failure, you're gonna take some damage.
Oh joy.
Oh boy. Ooh, E. So, that'll be 3 plus 1 in an area.
Okay.
Are you not dead?
No, I'm not dead.
Wow.
Do you have armor?
Actually, yes, I do have armor, so I'll activate that.
There you go.
I
only
could have
one.
activated that the last roll.
Yeah,
I
you
guess.
could have.
Oh well. It was funnier that it failed.
Oh boy.
So yeah, I'll just use my armor and shield from that. So just raise my cloak up.
Alright, Nicole, it's your go.
I'm going to jump and put the key in the keyhole.
Key in the keyhole, overcome? Because you have to get into its mouth and it's being all attacky. Sounds like reflex.
Your agility again?
Well, no, overcome reflex.
Okay. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Nice.
Alright, you get into the skull and put the key in and turn it, and the whole thing just kind of freezes up and stops and just kind of, like, hydraulically kind of just falls onto the floor. And a door just under where its ribcage is just swings open. Smoke everywhere, dead guys.
Is anyone alive?
I am, boss! The guy gets up, he's kind of just pulling himself out of the debris, and one of the wheels comes down and crushes his head.
Yeah.
Lord.
I mean, there's more guys upstairs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn this thing's skull into, like,
Scrap.
Money.
Oh yes, money.
I'm gonna turn into currency.
We can have him as a big scary marionette to like guard against people. He'll ask riddles.
He'll be like the spooky giant cat scarer from Feifel.
Yeah.
Yes!
Well.
You did it! You stopped the door.
You sure did. That was. It was in the skull the whole time.
Yep. I called it. I need a doctor.
And I need more men, so shall we head back up?
Yes. I'm definitely making sure that the skull or whatever, I'm making sure that when we leave it's not going to reset.
I mean, you could just spend some time sawing it apart.
Yeah.
Yes.
Spend some time sawing it apart.
Yes. tearing into pieces.
Sure, it'll stay torn to pieces.
And then we'll head back up.
All right. Sounds like you guys need to do a rest.
Yes.
Yes.
An actual factual recuperation. So, yeah, let me pause while we grab those rolls again. Okay, so you guys both have to roll rest, which is a roll minus the wounds you need to heal.
Oh boy.
Oh, we. Do you want to empower it?
Yeah, sure.
There you go.
And what do we have to get?
Just, tell me what you get. Okay, there we go. There's a 12. What'd you get?
8.
8. Yeah, so that's a 7 to 9, so that's good. So if you got a 7 to 9, you get back your wounds, stamina, and armor.
Mm-hmm.
You got a 10 plus, you get scot-free.
But didn't you say minus the damage out that you roll?
Yeah,
Does that include
but that's still a 10
stamina
plus. No,
Okay,
wounds. Anyway, so you guys are both replenished, and your group, you get more gang members.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, hey, boss, what happened to the last guys? Did they retire?
Yes. Like your older brother and your sister.
Boss, 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 boss. But they're all kind of doing that hand motion. that wavy hand motion, like, boss, boss, boss. So, Kevin, you get to choose if your enemies gain something from your rest or you lose something from your rest.
I will lose something from my rest.
What will you lose? Boss?
What, more
Stat
boss?
boss.
Yes,
Yeah.
I will lose more boss stats.
I guess you're at 0.
Yeah.
Boss, boss.
Oh, but there's treasure down there. Lots of treasure. So,
Hooray! Your gang's a little upset that you got everyone killed.
Yes, me.
For no good reason. So now that you guys are taking some time to rest, do you want to train?
Yes.
Yes.
Look at that. You can do 2 things at once. So special.
I'd say perhaps we should do the training in the form of architecting the, or not architecting, doing archaeology in the upper layers that we've already explored.
Easy
Finding
breezy
things.
exploration.
Yeah, solving puzzles.
Alright, so for training, you all mark XP.
Mm-hmm.
And you gain a power die, which will go away at the end of the session.
Mm-hmm.
So what is your level right now?
5.
So that means, how much XP do you have?
11.
So take away 8, and you gain a level. And level 6 is special.
Oh,
So I will pause while we figure that out, and then we'll do the end of session move.
excellent.
All right, we're back. So you guys did the training. You've both decided, because we're moving on to the final phase of the game here, to ask each other 0 questions of each other through your training. You're at level 6. You're picking your stuff, which we'll get into next time. So now it's time for the end of session report. Everyone get an XP. Did we fail in some regard?
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Oh my god. Did you expose yourself to danger, cost, or retribution?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Did you progress your story in a meaningful way?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to the next part.
Yeah.
There's only 2 parts of the dungeon left.
Yeah.
Yeah! So there you go, a full 4 XP this session.
Yay.
Yay! So, let us wrap up. We're miserable, by the way, listeners. Not because of the game or anything, but because it's hot. Our living room is 3/4 windows. And it's hot, and global warming, and Vancouver doesn't have rain anymore, and I'm just angry all the time because it's hot, all right? So, welcome to summer 2018. I was Devin.
Nicole?
Kevin?
And this is sponsored by Nobody. Signing off.